And this is Politics with Laura. Behind me, Stacy Abrams, the Democratic nominee for gubernatorial race, and she got beat. She got beat bad, and it's quite interesting because she's in Georgia, mostly a black state, and for some reason, she did not cater to the black community, especially when all these ads and the media started to pander to the black man, which I found quite interesting. And I'm going to leave that alone right there. But Al Sharpton came out and spoke about Stacey Abrams, calling her Moses. Now, we have to stop and really reconsider a whole lot of things right there. Because what Stacey Abrams stands for and what Moses stands for are two different things. And I'm pretty sure I understand the gist of what Al Sharpton was trying to say about Stacey Abrams, saying that she didn't make it to the mountain. She made it to the mountaintop, but she's not going to cross over. But however, she paved the way for other people too. And I most definitely believe in that. It's like you take the person that you know who is not going to win, you know that is not really likable. And Stacey was not. Stacey would remind you a lot of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton knew her stuff, but she was unlikable. And then they threw her out there for the presidential race, and Donald Trump won. I mean, just okay, say what you want. But Stacey Abrams going against Jack Kemp, and they slandered this guy from one end of Georgia to the next, even going back of hundreds of years, talking. Okay, I'm not going to get into that, but they slandered him pretty well. And Stacey Abrams could not be bothered enough to go to the black communities and to say, hey, black people, this is what I have for you. I can do this for you. And then if you look at her platform, it says very little about not only black people, but for black men. Now, I know that she has to cater to all people, and that's what she did. She catered to all people, but black people, namely black men. And what she offered black women were terminating the children. But what else? You may disagree with me, fine. That's fine. You can disagree with me. But look at her plan. One end, and it's so confusing. On one end, she's talking about getting child care for the parents. On the other hand, she's talking about terminating children. How does that go? Here. Okay. But here I found this quite interesting. Stacey Abrams derailed by neglect of black Georgians. Obvious national ambition report. And Al Sharpton is referring to Moses. He said he did not get there himself, but God took care of Moses. Sharpton agreed. God would reward Stacey. The Reverend argued before hailing all of her work for Democratic Party. God said, I will bury Moses. You all leave Moses alone and let Joshua keep going. And Stacey will get her due. God will reward Stacey. And anytime you see John Ossoff, Raphael Warnock, and Joe Biden in Washington, you're looking at the work of Stacey Abrams, Sharpton touted. So to me, I think, and this is simply my thought, that Stacey Abrams was just simply thrown out there, not once, But I think about 3 different times because she tried her best at politics, and she just simply didn't take to it. But those other people that ran for office and won, and they're saying that it was off of Stacy. Okay, there might be some truth to that. I'm not sure, but the part that I really, really want to get to, that I thought that was just, I can't. All right. 2018 media darling Stacy Abrams, Beto O'Rourke having trouble recapturing the magic in the press. Now, pay attention to this. Even though she was clearly a better candidate, he continued to campaign, failed to convince voters of Hemp's extremists. Now, yeah, especially when you neglect people. You know, look, what I find interesting, what I find interesting about some black politicians is they think just because I'm black people are going to vote for me. Oh, those days are over. Those days are over because black people want tangibles like everyone else do. It's at the point, and not only that, you have black candidates that are basically, how can I say, uh, pushing black people aside, but you can't. But you push black people aside, and then now you're bringing in another voting base that are not even legal to this country. And you had that down there, and you still lost. No, you still need the black vote in order to win. Every Democrat knows that, except some black politicians didn't quite get that memo and sort of going off of I'm black and my people will vote for me. They will support me because I'm black. No, no. That's why Jack Kemp got in. Again, they, no, I'm not going to say that. But what do you think? Do you think that Stacey Abrams overplayed her hand? Because I sure enough do. I believe that she overplayed her hand. I believe that she, like Hillary Clinton, ignored the parts to where she should have gone, but didn't, and then lost and was surprised to have that lose. But Stacey Abrams, you lost so bad. You had people coming out of the woodworks that didn't vote over several cycles, and some people started to vote for the first time, and you missed all of them. Now, I could only imagine the conversations that you're going to have with your donors, your backers. You're not the black people whisperer. And if they thought that you were, or if you sold yourself as you were the black people's whisperer, you failed miserably. What do you think? I want to thank you for stopping by because you could be anywhere, but you decide to stay here with me and listen to my video because politics runs the world. Now, whether if you agree with the politics or not, put something down in the comment section. Whether if you agree or disagree with me, that is okay. We can agree to disagree, or we can agree to agree. So please help me get to 500 subscribers, and then help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you for stopping by.